Do you ever wonder what it's coming to? Did you ever think there's something you can do about it? Why don't we take a look at a day of city life in Hong Kong? Then, maybe you can understand why pollution is a danger to our environment and to us. Early in the morning, the roaring traffic forces you to wake up. As you step out of your building, the airplane screaming overhead forces you to cover your ears. On the way to work, you will hear the sound of piling and the drilling of construction work. As you enter your workplace, noise from machines of all kinds will greet you. Later in the day, if you're out on the street, you'll find yourself surrounded by the hustle and bustle of city life. How about staying at home after work? Noise from mahjong games, television, and karaoke seem to go on and on. Most people in Hong Kong are living in a noisy environment. Noise not only damages our hearing and our heart, it can also make us bad-tempered or cause mental illness. You are lucky if you have a quiet environment after midnight, so you can get some sleep. But air pollution keeps on attacking you every minute, and no citizen can escape. How can you hold your breath if there are people smoking all around you? Look at the exhaust fumes from vehicles. Can you stop breathing while walking on the street? Besides, poisonous gases from factory chimneys, power stations, and incinerators also add to the problem. As a result, our trees get damaged, and so do our lungs. Besides affecting our respiratory system, air pollution can also damage our teeth, eyes, brain, and skin. We need water as much as we need air. But have you noticed the amount of rubbish floating here and there in the harbor? Animal waste from farms, industrial waste from factories, sewage and rubbish from homes, they all end up in the sea. Besides, oil leakage from tankers also causes serious water pollution. The sea is so polluted that even the fish and water plants die. Besides, some beaches have become so badly polluted that we can't use them for swimming or other water sports. It's true that a lot of rubbish from the land gets into the sea. But rubbish on land causes the biggest pollution problem in Hong Kong. Every day, we produce about 2.4 million tons of solid waste. This amount would fill a building the size of Exchange Square Tower 1 every week. The rubbish is taken to landfill sites. Sooner or later, the landfills will be filled up. And then, what will we do? Yes, we are living in a very polluted city. What are we going to do about it? As we can see, many different government departments work together to fight pollution. They make laws to prevent people from polluting our environment. They also make overall plans to make our environment a better place to live in. Protecting our environment is not just the duty of the government. Every citizen in Hong Kong should join in. Every year, there is an environmental protection festival. The Environmental Protection Department organizes various activities to encourage citizens to play their part in making our environment a better place to live in. Take waste pollution, for example. We are living in a wasteful lifestyle. In order to solve this waste pollution problem, we must first reduce waste by either reusing some things or recycling some other things.
Yes, we are living a wasteful lifestyle. Think of how we spend our weekends. Shopping, ice skating, watching movies, eating at restaurants or fast food shops. All these activities are in air-conditioned places, and air conditioning uses up a lot of energy. As for shopping, people enjoy going to supermarkets or department stores so much that we end up buying a lot of unnecessary things.
Many goods we buy are often overpackaged, and on top of that, we waste a lot of materials wrapping these gifts. So maybe next time you buy a gift for a friend, you can think of some creative, natural ways to do it. Like this. See? To enable us to get closer to nature, some members of Green Power set up an organic farm called Produce Green. They provide a healthy pastime by organizing a training course on organic farming. What is organic farming? It is agriculture without artificial chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Why are they against using artificial chemicals? Misuse of these chemicals produces poisonous vegetables and fruits. And such food poisoning cases are getting more frequent in Hong Kong. They are not only harmful to human beings, but also harmful to other wildlife and farmlands. If they don't use chemical fertilizers, what do they use instead? They make their own organic fertilizers by soaking peanut cake in water for about 2 months. They also soak the roots of some trees and spray the water over the plants as pesticide. To reduce the growth of pests in the soil, they grow different crops on the same field. Besides, they grow some plants with a strong scent, such as carrots, sweet peppers, cherry tomatoes, lemongrass, and peppermint. The strong scent helps to drive the pests away. They also allow animals like frogs, birds, and bats to visit the fields freely. They feed on pests in the field and so help to control the growth of pests. The people practice these natural and organic ways of farming. They enjoy working in the field. See how happy they are to harvest their own healthy crops? Through practicing organic farming, the people gradually cultivate a green mind. They get closer to nature and begin to appreciate and respect the beauty of nature. Animals need a clean and healthy environment just as much as people do. But pollution can destroy plants and animals. Luckily, there is an organization in Hong Kong called the Worldwide Fund for Nature, which works hard to conserve nature. They set up the Mai Po Marshes Nature Reserve. But why in Mai Po? The Mai Po marshes around Deep Bay are the only large area of mudflats, mangroves, and KYs remaining in Hong Kong. But the rapid industrial, agricultural, and residential development around Deep Bay are destroying quickly the beautiful mangrove forests and wildlife there. To prevent the only major wildlife resource in Hong Kong from being destroyed, the Worldwide Fund for Nature set up a protected area in the Mai Po marshes. They control some KYs, which are shallow shrimp ponds. Here, the water is best for plant growth because sunlight filters through the shallow water. No wonder the wetland is filled with so many different forms of plant and animal life. The plants and small organisms in the water supply food for shrimps, fish, crabs, and other shellfish. The fish and shrimps then become a rich food store for the large flocks of birds, especially migrating birds. What are migrating birds? Many birds which breed in North China travel south to warmer places, looking for food during the cold, freezing winter. Usually, these birds need a chain of wetlands where they can rest and feed during their long, hard journeys. Mai Po serves as a stopping point on the flyway between North China and Australia. As this is an important link in the chain, preserving Mai Po marshes is a must. Up to now, over 300 species of birds have been recorded at Mai Po. About 25% of these are breeding here. The majority, 75%, are migrating birds from the cold north. They are either visitors, staying over the winter, or stopping by and then moving further south. To the bird watchers, it is exciting to see some rare and endangered species which fly all the way south from Siberia. Besides being a nature reserve, Maipo is preserved to provide educational and recreational facilities for the public. There are some bird watching hides where people can enjoy watching birds or other wildlife without disturbing them. There is also an education center which displays the wealth of plant and animal life at Maipo. Nature and wildlife belong to each and every one of us. But any further pollution could damage the wildlife and fisheries here in Maipo. That is why we must learn to preserve nature, to appreciate and respect the beauty of nature.